When I was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good evening so far.
On that beach.
Let me get the game showing up on here.
Slide into the water's embrace.
All right.
Dancing on the canvas of the night sky. Even if tomorrow were better.
So I still haven't finished the new chapter in this game yet. We've had like over a week now, but I still haven't gotten through the whole thing yet. Okay. All right. Oh, I just noticed the. But anyway, it's not that big a deal. Bro. So it is still doing the screen tearing, even though G-Sync is enabled. Okay. Well. The thing is, though, if I turn vertical sync on, does that fuck up G-Sync? I guess not. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll just leave it on then. Oh. Okay. Okay, patient plan. Oh yeah, so we have to go back into the. Whoops. Well, they sure are throwing a lot of events at us now, aren't they? Sheesh. Hold on one sec. Okay. All right, so now I'm where I left off here.
Leave it to me. Well done, Fufu.
So I don't know what these inert ether canisters even do, but I guess I'll collect them. It hurts. Where am I? Is this a nightmare? I want to wake up. Their corruption symptoms look terrible, like they could completely break out at any moment. Doctor, I accept your conditions. I'll join you. Just treat me quickly. We've been played by Dr. Lore. Damn it. I can't believe he tricked us into coming here under the pretense of treatment. Before entering the hollow, he made us drink some specially made alleviating water, and it ended up making my corruption worse. I came here looking for some leftover anti-corruption medicine, but now my whole body feels like it's on fire, and I don't have any strength left. Where's the medicine? I'll get it for you. Should be just up ahead in the abandoned production area. Please, give me some when you get it.
Their corruption is getting worse. We've got to find that medicine. Fast.
The medicine storage they mentioned should be just ahead.
Careful. Ethereals are closing in.
What a nuisance! Always showing up when we're trying to get somewhere!
Fufu, calm
Guess
yourself.
they
You
don't.
can handle them.
They don't attack you when you're...
Got it, Shifu.
if you just walk by them.
I wonder how those patients are doing now. Their condition's only going to get worse. We need to treat them right away.
We'll need to get past it if we want to keep going. Careful, disciples. I see traces of ethereals in this area.
Is this anti-corruption medicine? Let me check the expiration date. Phew, it's just outside the expiration date. Great! Hopefully this medicine can help everyone. Quick, let's go give them the medicine.
Scans indicate another batch of anti-corruption medicine nearby. Production batch unknown. Please proceed.
Good, there's quite a bit of medicine here. Let me check the amount. Looks like we don't have enough. Not too fast. There might be more around here. Let's keep searching.
What is Dr. Lore trying to pull? This whole situation's getting sketchier by the minute.
What's up, Comedy Gold? How are you doing?
You really think he's working with the Exaltists and trying to hurt innocent people?
Let's not jump to any conclusions yet, Senior. We need to save them first. Uh-oh, ethereals.
They look pretty weak, though. We'll crush them in a flash.
What a nuisance. Obliterate form and spirit. Scatter.
Breaking through!
Ambush! What a dirty move! Titan has arrived!
There's another batch of anti-corruption medicine here. This should be enough. Perfect. Let's head back and save everyone. We have to make sure everyone is safe. You all arrive at the area the patients are gathered and use the medicine to help them, but it seems Dr. Lore had come by before and taken some people with him. After realizing something is amiss, they help the remaining patients settle and head off to find the doctor.
Oh? I didn't expect you to find this place so fast.
What's going on? These people... are they exaltists?
Dr. Lore, you're an exaltist? I can't believe you lied to us!
Lied? These people should be honored to be selected as sacrifices to the Creator. Well, since you've come all this way, you can join the others for your treatment.
Oh, great.
What's going on? Dr. Lore's with the exaltists?
So that's it. You lied to everyone.
What an...
That medicine, it was never meant to cure people.
Even if you figured it out now, already too late.
Evil shall be purged.
Dr. Lore uses a medicine and turns the corrupted patients into ethereals. While the Yunqui Summit group is occupied with the fight, he takes advantage of the ensuing chaos to flee deeper into the hollow. The surrounding ethereals are quickly eliminated, but just as the group was about to pursue Dr. Lore, hidden exaltists emerge from the shadows.
Allow me.
Surrender now! Exclusive recipe made just for you!
Reality and illusion.
Breaking through!
Oh,
Obliterate form and spirit.
I mean to do that.
Scatter.
No match, man.
Right
No
behind
match.
you.
Are you guys alright?
Wise, is this too much for you?
Teacher,
Spacing out again.
listen. Understand the truth. Was that an illusion?
Junior Wise, are you okay?
Sybil.
What's that about?
Great Overseer, Yunque Summit has disrupted one of our rituals.
Yunque Summit. It sure didn't take them long to track us down.
There's no need to worry. I've already ordered an emergency evacuation of our base in the city. All the supplies have been moved into the Hollow. Everything is going according to plan. Whatever they're plotting, it won't be enough to stop us. Rest assured, Great Overseer. The Creator's ceremony will be carried out smoothly.
Very good. Under the Creator's will, all things, both within and beyond the Hollows, shall return to peace and tranquility.
Impossible. I had no idea that the Exaltists were behind all this. The treatment is actually their sacrifice ritual.
I see. Dr. Lore was spreading rumors to polarize the community. Also, he could trick more people into taking his serum, and ultimately perform their ritual. How could the Exaltists be so vicious? It's repulsive.
Those people! I saw the Exaltists sacrifice them right in front of us. We'll make the Exaltists pay for this, and that Dr. Lore!
Senior Fufu's right. We can't let scum like them get away with this.
Calm down. We'll settle things with the Exaltists. But the most important thing now is to prevent their next move. Dr. Lore must have given that medicine to a lot of people by now. Everyone who took it is in danger. They could start corrupting at any moment now. We need to figure out how many victims there are as soon as possible.
I almost forgot. There might be some leads in the doctor's office. Why don't we look there first?
I can take care of that. I'll go look for any useful leads there.
It'd be safer if we went together. If we run into the Exaltists, I'll let them have a taste of my Iron Fist technique.
Yinhu, you go contact the workers with Shiyan and inform them of the situation. We can't afford to let any more people get involved.
Understood. Leave it to us.
We'll contact the Union immediately and tell them the truth about what's happened.
The doctor's office is unlocked and there is no one inside.
There's no one here. I was ready to pounce on some Exaltist lackeys and teach them a lesson.
Luckily, we didn't run into any trouble. Having to fight the Exaltists would just complicate things. It doesn't look like they tried to destroy anything yet. Seems like speed was on our side this time. They didn't expect us to expose the medicine so quickly and follow them all the way into the Hollow. Let's take a closer look around. Maybe we'll find some clues.
There's a drawer here, but it doesn't have anything special inside. There's just some change and random trinkets. I don't think they left anything valuable here.
What about the back of the drawer? Maybe it has a hidden compartment? Some of my more secretive friends often hide things like that.
Let me see. Ah! There really is a secret compartment here. Oh, and what do we have inside? Some IDs and a flash drive. Junior, do you think this will be helpful?
It could be a clue. I say we take it back and examine it.
Yeah, at least we didn't end up empty-handed this time.
After confirming that there are no other clues around, Wise is about to leave with Jufufu when they see a familiar figure.
Oh, Wise! You also looking for Dr. Lore?
Monato, what brings you here?
Paolo's daughter was making a fuss about seeing her dad. I couldn't stand it, so I came here to wait for him. He might come here after being treated. Speaking of which, he's a good father. His daughter Layla said he bought that cheap medicine to save money for her education. Well, as they say, knowledge can change fate. With such a good father, there'll always be hope in his family.
Monato, about Paulo.
Wise succinctly tells him what transpired in the hollow and the true nature of the alleviating water.
No. Are you serious? The Exaltists. Dr. Lore. I will make them pay for this.
I understand how you feel, but please calm down first. Monato, I need your help. Tell everyone who's taking the alleviating water that it's all a lie. Don't let them fall for it.
Yes, we need to spread the news.
I understand. I'll go spread the word. As for Paolo's daughter, I don't know what to tell her. But the priority is to prevent more people from suffering. We can't let this happen again.
So, find anything? Did you run into any danger? Nah, nothing dangerous happened, but we didn't come up with anything valuable either. The only thing we found in the doctor's office was this flash drive. We don't know what's inside.
Leave it to me. I'll see if I can crack it.
Here you go. Inhu, how are things going on your end?
We talked to the workers nearby, but they have a hard time accepting it. Some even called it a rumor spread by Porcelumex.
Yeah, Dr. Lore has been lying to them this whole time, saying the Tops will use rumors and public opinion to prevent them from receiving treatment. And that negative news was fabricated by Damien to smear him.
Unbelievable. Looks like the Exaltists have been planning this for a long time. They've indoctrinated a lot of workers, and even had a story ready.
It's okay. Some people believed us and agreed to spread the word. But most people are working in the Hollow right now. We need to wait for a shift change to inform everyone else.
I tried to contact Eric in the Union, but it didn't go through since he's inside the Hollow.
Don't worry. Once we explain it to Eric, he'll be able to convince them.
Well said, but I have another idea. I think we should tell Damien the truth. As the person in charge of Wi-Fi Peninsula, he should have the connections necessary to get the word out.
But the workers already hate him. Will anyone even believe him?
I think Senior Ye is right. We should do everything we can to stop the Exaltists. I don't really trust him either, but when it comes to dealing with the Exaltists, we can make use of his influence.
I don't know if Shifu would agree. Speaking of which, where is she?
She's been resting. This reminds me, she's been acting a little strange since we got back from the Hollow.
Yeah, I've never seen that look on her face before. She seemed really down.
Could it be that she was affected by the miasma while trying to fight it off?
Impossible! Shifu wouldn't be distracted by such trivial matters.
Enough speculation. Shifu said she wants to see you when you return, Junior Wise. She hopes to speak with you in private. Why don't you take this opportunity to ask her exactly what happened?
Got it. I'll go check on Shifu.
I will be right back. Okay, I am back.
Wise, you're back. Is the investigation going well?
We've encountered some difficulties, but don't worry, Shifu. With everyone's help, I'm sure we'll find a way to deal with the Exaltists. And Bell is trying to decrypt the flash drive they left behind. It might give us something useful.
Good. Although I still haven't spent much time with you two, I feel like I can trust you with this. Now I can finally rest easy.
Shifu, are you alright? You don't quite seem like yourself. Did something happen in the hollow? Were you affected by the miasma?
No, I'm fine. But there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Wise, when you were corrupted by miasma, did anything strange happen to you? Like seeing something from the past?
Now that you mention it, yes, I saw bits and pieces from the past.
Wise recounts what he saw in the miasma.
In the miasma, I think I saw a memory of the time we lived with Teacher when Helios Academy still existed. She was gently calling my name, like she was waiting for me to go find her. Everything was so warm and peaceful. It was like a long-forgotten dream.
So it was a pleasant memory?
I also heard a strange voice. It felt like it was trying to pull me deeper into the hollow. But it wasn't my teacher. It was someone watching me from inside the hollow. I couldn't make sense of what was happening, because I was wrapped up in that warm illusion. When you woke me up, I even felt a little frustrated and disappointed. It felt like I'd been forced out of a sweet dream. Teacher and the comforting memories, they felt so close. like I could reach out and touch them. Everything was so real. I didn't want to wake up.
What else did you see?
The moment you touched me, I saw a strange image. You were talking to a seriously injured person. That person looked a lot like you.
You saw it. That was a fragment of my memory.
A fragment of your memory? Shifu, can you explain?
I've encountered miasma and those it had corrupted a long time ago. They described it similarly, saying they saw beautiful memories from their past. Some even refused to leave the miasma. Over time, those memories twisted into exaggerated dreams, too sweet to let go. Little by little, they were consumed by the dreams and gradually lost themselves, until they became completely corrupted.
I see. No wonder you suspected miasma the moment you heard the medicine was causing hallucinations. That's why when you saw me in that state, you immediately cleared the miasma and brought me to my senses.
That's right. I too was corrupted by miasma then, but there was something different between our experiences. The miasma never showed me warm illusions, only the coldest, cruelest memories.
Cruel memories? Are they what I saw?
Yishuan falls silent for a moment, as if avoiding the question.
Wise, do you still remember what I told you? Many of the workers in the Waifei Peninsula were once rescued by Yonghui Summit during the fall of the old capital. But after that, Yonghui Summit abandoned Suibian Temple in Waifei Peninsula and never looked back since. Now, the entire region is under Top's control. So all of this is the result of our mistake that we made back then.
What do you mean?
When the old capital fell, Yonghui Summit was summoned to assist the military's operations. The mission was a failure, costing the lives of almost all the 12th generation disciples. The only person to come back from Hollow Zero alive was me. As a result, Yonghui Summit nearly lost its heritage, and Top suffered major financial losses. Even though Yijiang died, she was still held accountable for her leadership. In the end, Tops reached an agreement with us. Yonghui Summit withdrew from Waifei Peninsula. Tops took over the area to mine porcelain and to manage resettling the refugees.
So the person I saw in that memory was...
Yes, she was Yijiang, our former high preceptor.
Yishuan pauses for a moment. Just as she is about to continue her story, a sudden commotion erupts outside Suibian Temple.
Shifu, something's going on outside.
Let's go check it out. As for the rest of the story, it'll have to wait until we get back.
What's going on in the city? Why can I sense scattered ether nearby? This doesn't look good.
This is bad. Their corruption's flaring up.
It hurts. Every bone in my body hurts. My corruption. Why did it suddenly get worse? I've been taking my alleviating water on time. Dr. Lore clearly said that if I drank it regularly, I'd be cured. So why did my condition get worse today? Take a deep breath. I'll find a way to save you. Yishuan carefully feels the flow of the ether inside the patient and gradually draws it out. Oh, this again. Good. This should give some temporary relief from the corruption.
Their corruption is still worsening. We need to stabilize them, now.
Are you the Shifu from Yunkui Summit? Please, help me. My bones feel like they're on fire. It's like molten steel is flowing through my body. Ah! I thought I was in the clear after escaping that treatment ritual. Never expected my condition would get even worse. Just hold on. I'll find a way to save you. Oh, I didn't see 4 there. Good. This should give some temporary relief from the corruption.
There are more and more of them.
Damn. Fire, it's burning me. It hurts. It's so hot. Ah. Dr. Lord gave me some of his special alleviating water, but since then, my body's been feeling a little unusual. I'll help you ease your corruption. Hold on. Good. Yeah. Just setting over now.
This is bad. More and more people are having corruption flare-ups. We can't possibly help all of them. If we don't act fast, the ether they emit will flood the entire block.
So this is what it's come to. Our last resort. Everyone, come closer. I know how to handle the ether.
Yishuan asks everyone to hold out their hands. She leaves a talisman sigil onto each of their palms.
Take these marks, go in different directions, and place ether resonance seals. Once you're set, I'll use ether resonance to neutralize the excess ether. It should ease their corruption symptoms. Let me know when you're all set. Understood?
Understood.
Great. Let's get moving.
Great, the first mystic array has been set up. This spot corresponds to the talisman placed by Fufu.
I'm all set, Shifu.
Alright, the second mystic array is set up. This spot corresponds to the talisman placed by Kung Fu Panda, and the orientation is correct too.
I'm ready too.
Shiyuan's mystic array has been set up too. We just need to wait until the final talisman is in position.
I'm ready, Shifu.
Perfect. Wise's mystic array is all set up. We're ready to activate it.
I'm in position too.
Good. It's about time.
Everything's ready. It's time to activate the array. But this array is quite dangerous. If anything goes wrong, the consequences would be unthinkable. Yishuan carefully adjusts her breathing rhythm. Time seems to slow down around her. It's time. There's no other way. We can't delay any longer. Where the mind flows, all things become clear, untainted and unstained. Filth be cleansed.
Everyone, get ready! Formation!
Formless air gathers. Corruption is purged.
Hey Zane, how are you doing?
We did it! Thanks to Shifu, all that ether in the city's finally cleared up. And those folks suffering from corruption are going to be okay too. Shifu, you're amazing.
I never knew Yunkwei Summit had such powerful techniques.
I've got to ask Shifu to teach it to me later. Pretty please? Shifu, I'll train hard and practice every day. Huh? Shifu!
Shifu, are you okay?
Yishuan stumbles. Wise hurries over to hold her upright.
Are you okay? Shifu.
I'm fine. Just a side effect from using that technique. If my condition worsens, follow Wise and continue tracking down the Exaltists. He may have joined later than the rest of you, but he's observant and knows more about the Hollow.
Shifu, you should rest.
Yeah, leave the rest to us and Wise.
Go and help the remaining corruption victims first. Wise can take me back. I need to speak to him in private.
Shifu, are you okay? Maybe we should get you to a doctor.
I absorbed the ether into my body with that technique. So, there are some side effects.
What? Shifu, you'll be corrupted!
Most techniques from Yunkwei Summit work this way. The stronger the spell, the greater the cost. After all, saving lives has never been a trivial matter. When the miasma hit me earlier, I remembered that day again. The hollow expanded and the city fell. By the time I made it into the hollow, my seniors, they had all lost their lives during the operation. One by one, they sacrificed themselves in places no one will ever know. Their faces stained in blood, so much so, I could hardly recognize them. In the depths of the hollow, I found our High Preceptor. She was my older sister.
The former High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit was your sister?
Wait. Are they talking about Yi Jiang, or are they talking about somebody else?
Yes, she gave everything she had for that mission, and died right in front of me.
Shifu, are you alright?
Ever since I got hit by the miasma, those cold fragments of my memory, they won't stop coming back.
So that's what happened. No wonder you've been acting a little different.
During that hopeless mission, Yunquai Summit nearly lost its entire legacy. And I was the last surviving disciple of Yunquai Summit.
Yi Xuan's body sways slightly as she speaks, her emotions visibly stirred.
I'm so sorry, Shifu, but you should rest for now.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. Let's stop talking about the past for now.
Anything going on with you last couple days, Zane? So that was save the Waifei Peninsula together with Yi Xuan and Where Clouds Embrace the Dawn. Oh, you're playing Mario Kart World? How's that? How's Shifu doing? Let Shifu get some rest. The side effects from her previous technique were pretty rough. What's more, when she was affected by the miasma corruption earlier, it brought back some unpleasant memories. She could use some time to settle her emotions, too. Oh yeah, I saw Nimi's stream on my YouTube page, but I haven't actually seen the model yet. I understand. This is the first time I've seen Shifu so vulnerable. Looks like it's an emotional wound. Shifu must be thinking back on the fall of the old capital. The fall of the old capital is indeed weighing heavy on everyone's minds. I still have nightmares about what happened back then, but joining Yunquai Summit as a disciple finally brought me some peace of mind. Watching Niji Sanji do what they did to Selen? What are they doing now? Hello, Queen. How you doing? Oh, are you streaming now? That's cool. Like, are you streaming right this minute, or are you just saying you started like streaming. But since arriving at Waifei Peninsula recently, I've been haunted by memories of those past nightmares. I even see visions of my family being consumed by corruption. Twisty? Oh shit. I guess I'm behind because I have not heard anything about that. So what's going on there? Okay. She spoke out the truth about Nijisanji. Okay. Well, I can look some of that up, I guess, after I finish with Zenless Zone Zero. You can view them later. Okay. I wonder if it's the influence of the Lemnian Hollow. Perhaps Shifu is the same. Let's let Shifu get some rest. We'll take care of this thing with the Exaltists. That makes sense. Shifu said we should let Wise take over the investigation. So let's do what she says. I, Jufufu, await your command. Stop joking around. We need to put our heads together and figure out a plan of action. She's not joking. It's not just Shifu. We think you're reliable and best suited to take charge too. Right. If that was Shifu's decision, she must have had good reason. You're too kind. In that case, let's go find out what's going on in the city first. And while we're at it, let's try to get in touch with the Union and Eric. We can use their connections to spread the word to more workers and expose the Exaltus conspiracy. We need to find a way to contact Damien too. Things are getting urgent. We need all the help we can get. Huh? Contact Damien? I still don't trust that guy, but you've got a point, Wise. Let's do it. You're right, we can't afford to hesitate. It's time to cut through this mess like a hot knife through butter. I'll keep working on analyzing the USB drive to see if I can uncover any leads. I'm counting on you. Great, I'll leave it to you then. Let everyone know the minute you find anything. Hey, Ox, what's up? It's getting late. Everyone should get some rest. We'll take action tomorrow. Oh, jeez. There we go. Sono Ota. No, I've never heard of that. Oh, bro, I'm freaking yawning too much. Do I like Minecraft? No. Nope, I'm not into games like that. An artist? Kind of a VTuber? Oh, nice. I can do 24. Okay. Okay, cool. Jeez. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and then I'll go here and put, yeah. Well, I'm gonna set this to 20 hours. And yeah. Wait, why did it not? Did I screw something up here? Did I not hit dispatch, I guess? Maximum number of adventure squads. Wait, so I can only do 2 of these? Is that the deal? Alright, whatever. Alright, there. So now if I try to do this one, it's gonna say Mac. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, whatever. Nene Amano is doing a new visual reveal. What does that mean? Okay. What is it saying? Insufficient stock. Okay. Alright. Oh, new outfit. Okay. Yeah. What's up, Queen? All right. Well, let's go ahead and I guess we'll switch over to reacting to some stuff on YouTube. So yeah, let me go ahead and see, Zane, what you're talking about here with Niji Sanji.
All in on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll keep that open. Close that.
Entry shouldn't be.
Not that. Well, I don't know. What am I supposed to guess? I mean, oh, okay. It says here there's a, well, but that's like an hour-long video. I'm not gonna sit here and react to an hour-long video. So let me see if there's something. Oh, hey, Nene. Yeah, she's doing the reveal right now, apparently. Yeah. They. Salvi the blue squirrel. Okay. Oh. Queen, you got 113 subs? Well, you're already almost where I'm at. Anyway. Okay. I'll look up Salvi the blue squirrel. I think I've seen videos from that channel before, if I recall. Yeah, Twisty, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that dude. Yeah. I remember that guy. Yeah, I haven't watched anything from him in a while, but I do remember seeing some of his stuff. Actually, you know, right before you said that, Queen, I was gonna guess, did you get another new character on Genshin Impact? But anyway. Okay, here, we'll go ahead and switch to the view so you can see it. All right, so this is Salvi the Blue Squirrel's report on Twisty exposing and destroying Niji Sanji. So let's see here. We got Twisty speaks out. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to watch this whole thing because even this is like 24 minutes long. But anyway, we'll just...
Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you.
So Twisty is a... well, she's still a member of Niji Sanji, right? Like, she hadn't graduated or anything yet, has she?
We have a big bombshell that just fell from Twisty Amanazako of Niji Sanji. She is, of course, she went out on stream on a PL and decided to release everything, at least reveal everything.
Okay, just for context, PL means past life. So whatever channel Twisty had before she joined Niji Sanji is probably what he's talking about.
Verbally about what's been happening. She first starts out, of course, with her apology. That's the part that I'm going to skip. She does say that she was already starting to change. That's why she didn't feel she needed to actually say anything until, of course, the information came out. She was thinking that, you know, her content, the way that she was doing things now, was kind of a way of showing that she had changed. And then she gets to the interesting stuff about Niji Sanji, where she talks about the environment. She talks about stuff that we knew through the leaks that happened before, about, that she was not in a good place, that it cost her a lot of money, that she didn't make a lot of money to start off with, things like that. What we're going to get to right now, though, is a bit more of the important stuff that I want to get to. Because she was 8 months without pay, but what I want to get to is this. Of course, it's going to be a black screen stream, but she does get to the Aster stuff right here, pretty much right around here. And I do want to start there. It's going to be a long one, so buckle in.
Work-related expenses.
No new characters, okay. Ow. Bro. Hold on a second. Yes, by the end of this, we are all going to be Skirk simps.
In July 2024, I raised concerns about inappropriate behavior and misconduct within the company.
So yeah, she raised concerns.
Try and clarify a little later what I mean by that. The individual in question had a known history of manipulation and targeting new hires, especially women.
So we're talking about Aster.
Aster,
was told
okay.
that no action would be taken due to fear of retaliation.
That's BS.
These issues were
Okay. I'm not familiar with Aster. Who is Aster? Like, is she a long-time member of Niji Sanji, or... Zane, do you have any info on who Aster is? Or wait, is that the... Is that the guy that they were, like, accusing of, like, some really bad shit a while back? Like, I can't remember exactly what, but... Yes. Wasn't it like sexual harassment or something, or assault or some shit? I mean, it was like pretty bad. A womanizer, yeah. Damn.
not new.
That's
It
messed
had
up.
even been brought up long before I joined, but no meaningful steps were ever taken to address them.
As you would expect from Niji Sanji.
I feel like...
Okay. So remember, and I just looked on my phone about this. So I do remember that, yeah, this is the same guy that they were saying some months ago that, like, he was making, like, sexual advances towards some of the members, I think. And Niji Sanji said that they were going to investigate it internally. So basically, right here, she's saying Niji Sanji never fucking investigated anything. Because of course they didn't. Bro, I swear, Niji Sanji is the worst fucking shit, dude.
Took on me was severe. My mental health wasn't really in a good place to begin with, and it deteriorated to the point where I could no longer function as I once had.
Of course,
I had
of course.
to withdraw from multiple voice acting opportunities because I couldn't even get myself to record for anything without just breaking down and crying. And I remember one time sitting in front of my desk doing a waiting room for like 10 minutes, and I was just sitting there trying to calm myself down and, you know, be able to entertain my fans, but I ended up just ending the stream before it even began because I had broken down in tears, and I really just could not get myself to stop crying. It had been leaked online. We urged the world, and because of that, I made a lot of mistakes. Together with some of my coworkers, I pleaded for the situation to be taken seriously. We emphasized that without proper intervention, the consequences would fall on everyone. But still, nothing had changed.
That's really messed up.
In November 2024, staff were made aware that private conversations had been leaked online. We urged them to respond or prepare for the fallout of everything. Nearly a month passed, with no communication nor action, until the video was published, and public backlash forced the situation kind of out into the open.
That is, of course, the false ID one. When I received some of those messages as well, and I did release them as well. I redacted everything I possibly could, but this has gotten too far. At this point, redaction isn't even necessary. They just don't care. So that's why I'm being very open about what this is and what it's about.
I was then instructed to take a break from my work following an announcement of an investigation. Despite this,
something that never happened, apparently. The investigation never happened. She's going to go over this.
I never once felt that my concerns were ever meaningfully addressed. Most conversations focused not on resolving the matter, but on managing my exit. I remember the first call we had. For, I would say, 80% of it, I was explaining VTuber culture and kind of what VTubers were.
The legal side.
And for
legal
the other
stuff,
20%, I explained my experience with this person. And, you know, I felt like I didn't have very much time to really delve into everything, and I was told that they would follow up and we'd speak more, and that never happened. Any following conversations pretty much happened because after pushing and pushing for a response on anything, I eventually kind of broke down and said, I want to quit. I want out.
Anyone who was in that situation would absolutely agree. They're not paying attention to her. They didn't care. They were just putting the public stuff like, oh, we're gonna investigate, and nothing happened.
And immediately they kind of got back to me, and everything following that was details surrounding my leave and my exit. But to this day, I'm not confident any real investigation ever took place. I know that they were very clear in not admitting fault in any way.
Of course.
And I want to be honest. You know, at one point, there were talks of a settlement, and I personally do not believe that if they truly did nothing wrong, that would have been something that they even considered.
True. They know they messed up. They know there was something happening there. They know she got hurt, and they wanted to settle so she would stay quiet.
But ultimately, it's something that I had decided against. And I want to make it clear that I do have documentation to support my claims, including acknowledgements from the person involved, and I'll talk a bit more about that later.
So, apparently, Aster did acknowledge that they messed up, that they did something, apparently. We're going to be skipping through a bit of this, of course, not to be disrespectful to Twisty, but for time, we might be skipping through some of this. Not all of it, of course, not the important details, but I'll try to get to the good stuff. By good stuff, I mean the stuff where she actually mentions about Aster and things like that. This is just, this is just really messed up. This whole thing is really messed up. She got screwed over big time.
It has been reported to staff so many times over the years, and it has been well documented and recognized as an issue. On top of this, another coworker had leaked my outfit just 10 minutes after I had privately shared.
So this part, this we're gonna skip because of course it was a leak of an outfit, the outfit that I showed you guys, the outfit that I was very positive of because it was very cute and everything like that. That one was leaked. So of course she goes over that and how she felt. It was kind of like she stole the thunder and she wanted something to enjoy, and so there were people who were very mean to her about that.
Over time, their behavior really started to shift. I feel like once they felt more comfortable they began calling me more often.
This is talking about Aster specifically. This is actually mentioning Aster. She doesn't mention the name, but I think this is more Aster here.
Met this person. They were very friendly, and we had bonded over games. They kept pushing me to play games, and although I really didn't want to, I eventually agreed because I just wanted to have a good relationship with all of my coworkers.
Absolutely.
Over time, their behavior really started to shift. I feel like once they felt more comfortable, they began calling me more often, making extremely flirty comments about
Oh God.
my and my appearance.
Oh no.
And my voice, and they would often ask me to say specific things or quotes or phrases for them so that they could hear it in my voice.
Oh
They would
no.
bring up my ASMR in a way that made me feel extremely, extremely uncomfortable.
Of course.
They would want to call with me more and more, were acting overly familiar and constantly just putting me down.
Oh
Calling
God.
me weird, asking if I was mentally disabled or had Tourette's, and claiming that
That is a obvious manipulation tactic. That is what manipulators do. They try to tear you down and then have them be the only one who could bring any positivity into your life. Oh my God. This guy is more horrible than I ever imagined.
other at work were uncomfortable around me. This really hurt at the time, but I later found out from another coworker that this wasn't true, and that manipulation and bullying were just a pattern of his.
Yeah.
I remember, one time we were in college.
Basically, manipulators, what they try to do is they try to separate you from everybody. They try to isolate you as much as they can and have them be the only one who can bring any positivity, the only one who can build you up. They tear you down to try to make you separate from everybody. Boy, do I know about that. And then they try to build you up in some way so that they are the only ray of light that you see.
And they just kept repeating, like, why can't you be normal? Why can't you just be normal? And I don't know, as someone who's never really fit in, I feel like it just kind of hit very hard. But during one of these calls, they brought up the idea of meeting up in Japan, and I've always been a shy person, but I also struggle with severe agoraphobia. Even something as simple as going to the grocery store can end in a panic attack for me, which is something that I had already mentioned before. When they suggested meeting up, I kind of explained again that I wouldn't feel comfortable, and I even said that if I were in Japan, I probably wouldn't leave my hotel room. Their response made me kind of uneasy. Instead of respecting the boundary that I had set, they kept pushing, saying that I didn't really seem like that type of person to him. He would continue with things like, what if we were in Japan together? To which I stated, like, regardless of who was with me, I would still feel extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
They
can
then said,
understand that.
what if I was in Japan with you and I held your hand? And, you know, I told them, like, that wouldn't change how I felt, and they followed up with, what if I hugged you?
This is...
And repeated that I still wouldn't feel comfortable then, and what I interpreted to be a very, very flirty tone. They had said, what if we just stay in my hotel room together all day?
Oh no.
Sometime after that, I was invited to Japan under the pretense that they had not many people for their event, and they really, really needed me. I later found out that this was completely false. They had more than enough people for the event, and I feel like they were just trying to guilt trip me to try to get me to show up. And thinking about it, I don't think I'm a very smart person. I felt uncomfortable, but I wanted to think the best, and, you know, if I was financially able, I probably would have went because I want to be a good coworker. I want to be a good friend, and
So they manipulated her a lot. Holy moly. Even Sanji manipulated her. That is horrible.
thinking about, like, what could have happened. It's honestly something I don't really want to think about, but I do a lot. In the same hotel room with them also happened with the other people who were involved, but the same exact behavior, the same offer to fly other people out to Japan if it meant that they would stay in the same hotel room with them.
So he had
Alright, well, I think that's, yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do from that. bro, like, what aggravates me the most about this kind of thing is like the other people who told her that like this is just kind of what he does, like that's just a pattern that like he just acts that way towards. I mean, that just makes me wonder how many other people he tried to like get to like meet up with him and shit. Like, ugh, that's just fucking, yeah. That's just shit, dude. I mean, bro, I just do not understand how there are still so many people working as like as VTubers for Digisanji. Like, I just don't get it. How is it that this company still has so many VTubers still working for them? Like, how is it that they're still like a thing? That's just fucking crazy, dude. All right. Let's see. There's been quite a bit happening here in the United States over the last few days. First of all, let's see. I wanted to. Do I still have it up, or did I? Yep. Yeah. Here we go. So this is from June 6th, so that's like 8 days ago. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing stuff when you think about, like I said, how many people he's done this kind of shit to. Like, man. Anyway. All right, from 8 days ago, we had a Supreme Court decision, a pretty important one that basically says that DOGE, which is the Department of Government Efficiency, remember, DOGE is the organization that Elon Musk was heading up for a while, that was like gaining access to all these like different like department and agencies databases and shit, and they claim they're trying to like, you know, they're trying to cut costs for government, but it was quickly found out that that was complete horseshit. And what Doge is really trying to do is they're trying to compile a central database that basically has all the information imaginable about every single person that lives in this country, all in one database. As we know from history, typically when governments have databases like that, where they're tracking all this different information from people in citizens of the country, it generally doesn't it generally isn't a good thing. Nazi Germany did this famously. when they started rounding people up to ship to concentration camps. And the Supreme Court basically just gave Doge a free pass to all our Social Security data. And they don't have to have any transparency or accountability for it. So the Supreme Court, with this decision, has demonstrated that they really do not give a fuck about any of us, as does like basically nobody in this government anymore. So let's see here. Majority of the court allowed Doge to review data at the Social Security Administration in an ostensible effort to rout out fraud and modernize outdated systems. That's their front, which we know at this point it's been debunked. It's bullshit. Critics in lower courts suggested Doge was engaged in a fishing expedition through highly sensitive data. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it says minutes later, separately paused a lower court's order that required Doge to turn over documents as part of a lawsuit claiming that Doge should be subject to federal records requests. See, and the reason that they haven't made Doge like a like official agency of the government, and why like pretty much everybody that belongs to Doge is like not an official like government employee, is because that allows them to skirt so many of these like requirements that government employees have. So they can do all this shit like just fucking access all these different databases, and they don't have to go through the same procedures that like normal government employees have to go through if they want access to this shit. See, like normally, you know, if you want access to data in a government system, you have to prove you have a need to know, for one thing, and you have to have proper security clearance. But like obviously Doge doesn't have any of that, but they're getting access anyway. Decision, blah, 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 handers. Yeah. It says the decision of this case will hand Doge staffers the highly sensitive data of millions of Americans. Jackson is Ketanji Brown Jackson, that's one of the Supreme Court justices, wrote in her dissent. She warned of grave privacy risks for millions of Americans. And it says the administration's victory in this dispute will likely have repercussions for the other cases concerning Doge's ability to access government systems. Okay, it says Americans should be concerned about how Doge has handled highly sensitive data so far, said Kathleen Romig, Director of Social Security and Disability Policy at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Says here, while the appeals court considers whether Doge is violating the law, its operatives will have God-level access to social security numbers, earnings records, bank routing number. Holy fuck, bank routing number. That is bad news right there. Mental and reproductive health records, and much more. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry. I'm back. Okay, let's see. See here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Key to findings of U.S. District Judge Ellen Hollander was that the administration hadn't showed why Doge needed sweeping access to personal information of Americans that was held by the agency. She concluded that the projects the administration said Doge was working on could be done largely using I'm not sure how to pronounce this word, anonymized data. Blah, 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 Okay. Yeah. All right. We don't need to read the rest of that. So yeah. So as I said earlier, the government can use this data for very nefarious purposes, including, well, they're, for now at least, I think the major reason they're wanting this data is because they want to use it to track down undocumented immigrants that they want to deport. But obviously the scope of that could expand way beyond undocumented immigrants. I mean, ICE has already sent some of these undocumented immigrants to a concentration camp in El Salvador. I think I've talked about that before. But But I found another article here that kind of goes more into this. So, this is from the Chris Hedges report. Chris Hedges is a very prominent journalist who is well known for telling it like it is, basically. Very good journalist. Very valuable to American media. So this is called American Concentration Camps. Once a regime starts to send people to concentration camps, including those in El Salvador, it creates a system of detention that eschews due process and disappears citizens into black holes. And this is a pretty short article. It's not real long, so I'll just go ahead and read the whole thing. Says our offshore concentration camps for now are in El Salvador and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. But don't expect them to remain there. Once they are normalized, not only for U.S. deported immigrants and residents, but U.S. citizens, they will migrate to the homeland. It is a very short leap from our prisons, already rife with abuse and mistreatment, to concentration camps, where those held are cut off from the outside world, disappeared, denied legal representation, and crammed into fetid, overcrowded cells. Black holes? What does he mean by black holes here? Basically, it's just like a place where prisoners go and you never hear a damn word from them again because they never leave. Nothing, no messages or any kind of communication comes out. And I can show you. There's like pictures of this. Else, there was there's been like pictures that came out recently about what this camp looks like in El Salvador. So let me see if I can find some pictures. Should be, yeah, okay, so here, like, look at this shit. So that's yeah, I mean that's what it looks like. Basically, they keep their prisoners like packed together like they're sardines. It's extremely inhumane. Yeah, here's another picture. They're just kind of, then this is like whenever a prisoner is outside of their cell, they get led around like this with guards like grabbing them by their necks and like dragging them everywhere. Yeah, here's another. Oh man, this is a really yeah, I mean, look at this shit. Let me see if I can find, there should be like a picture of like, okay, yeah, like here's a good picture. So this is normally what let me see if I can, okay, it's not real big picture, but yeah, you can kind of see like basically they put like, I don't know, like 100 people into a single cell, and there's like these bunks, and there could be like 20 people on each bunk, and they have to like sleep on this shit, right? So like absolutely zero semblance of privacy, obviously. And it's kind of funny because I recently watched a video of what Auschwitz was like back in Nazi Germany. And it's scary how similar Auschwitz was to this shit right here. Like, I shit you not. This concentration camp they have in El Salvador is a lot like Auschwitz. I would say, obviously, they're not exactly the same. The big differences, of course, are Auschwitz had fucking gas chambers and furnaces to burn people, and this place doesn't, at least as far as we know. And Auschwitz also had doctors that did really fucked up shit to people, and I'm assuming this place doesn't have that. But again, you know, we only know whatever they tell us, right? And then also, this, at least comparatively speaking, looks cleaner. Like they keep the facility nicer than Auschwitz was. But yeah, other than that, it is very much like Auschwitz. So anyway, we'll go ahead and continue with the article I was reading here. So it says, prisoners in the camps in El Salvador are forced to sleep on the floor or in solitary confinement in the dark. Many suffer from tuberculosis, fungal infections, scabies, severe malnutrition, and chronic digestive illnesses. The inmates, including over 3,000 children, are fed rancid food. They endure beatings. They are tortured, including by waterboarding or being forced naked into barrels of ice-cold water, according to Human Rights Watch. In 2023, the State Department described imprisonment as life-threatening, and that was before the Salvadoran government declared a state of exception in March 2022. The situation has been greatly exacerbated, the State Department notes, by the addition of 72,000 detainees under the state of exception. Some 375 people have died in the camps since the state of exception was established, part of El Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele's war on gangs, according to the local human rights group Socorro Jurídico Humanitario. These camps, the Centro de Confinamiento del Terrorismo, known as CCOT, to which U.S. deportees are being sent, holds some 40,000 people, are the model, the harbinger of what awaits us. Metal worker and union member Kilbar Abrego Garcia, who was abducted in front of his 5-year-old son on March 12, 2025, was accused of being a gang member and sent to El Salvador. The Supreme Court agreed with District Judge Paula ZENLESS, who found that Garcia's deportation was an illegal act. Trump officials blamed their deportation of Garcia on an administrative error. ZENLESS ordered the Trump administration to facilitate his return, but that does not mean he is coming back. By the way, just so you know, a few days ago, he actually did get returned. That happened obviously after this article was written, but he is back in the United States now. But he is still going to go through like criminal proceedings and shit. So anyway, I hope you're not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, Bukele told the press at a White House meeting with Trump. How can I return him to the United States? Like I smuggle him into the United States? Well, of course I'm not going to do it. The question is preposterous. This is the future. Once a segment of the population is demonized, including U.S. citizens Trump labels homegrown criminals, once they are stripped of their humanity, once they embody evil and are seen as an existential threat, the end result is that these human contaminants are removed from society. Guilt or innocence, at least under the law, is irrelevant. Citizenship offers no protection. The first essential step on the road to total domination is to kill the juridical person in man, writes Hannah Arendt in The Origins of Totalitarianism. This was done on the one hand by putting certain categories of people outside the protection of the law and forcing at the same time through the instrument of denationalization, the non-totalitarian world into recognition of lawlessness. It was done, on the other, by placing the concentration camp outside the normal penal system and by selecting inmates outside the normal judicial procedure in which a definite crime entails a predictable penalty. Those who build concentration camps build societies of fear. They issue relentless warnings of mortal danger, whether from immigrants, Muslims, traitors, criminals, or terrorists. Fear spreads slowly, like a sulfurous gas, until it infects all social interactions and induces paralysis. It takes time. In the first years of the Third Reich, the Nazis operated 10 camps with about 10,000 inmates. But once they managed to crush all competing centers of power, labor unions, political parties, an independent press, which, by the way, an independent press has already been severely hampered in this country, universities, and the Catholic and Protestant churches, the concentration camp system exploded. By 1939, when World War II broke out, the Nazis were running over 100 concentration camps with some 1 million inmates. Death camps followed. Those that create these camps give them wide publicity. They are designed to intimidate. Their brutality is their selling point. Dachau, the first Nazi concentration camp, was not, as Richard Evans writes in The Coming of the Third Reich, an improvised solution to an unexpected problem of overcrowding in the goals, but a long-planned measure that the Nazis had envisioned virtually from the very beginning. It was widely publicized and reported in the local, regional, and national press, and served as a stark warning to anyone contemplating offering resistance to the Nazi regime. Yeah. So I think that's a common misconception about concentration camps during the Nazi regime, is that they kept those they tried to keep them secret, and that's why a lot of people like didn't resist, because they just flat out didn't know. Well, no, that's not the case at all. It says, I mean, it tells you right here, the Nazis had no problem letting people know about the concentration camps. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agents wearing plain clothes and circling neighborhoods in unmarked cars kidnap legal residents such as Mahmoud Khalil. These abductions replicate those I witnessed on streets of Santiago, Chile, under the dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet, or in San Salvador, El Salvador's capital, during the military dictatorship. ICE is swiftly evolving into our homegrown version of the Gestapo, or the People's Commissariat, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, for international affairs. It oversees 200 detention facilities. It is a formidable domestic surveillance agency that has amassed data on most Americans. We were just talking about this. According to a report compiled by the Center of Privacy and Technology at Georgetown. By reaching into the digital records of state and local governments and buying databases with billions of data points from private companies, ICE has created a surveillance infrastructure that enables it to pull detailed dossiers on nearly anyone, seemingly at any time, the report reads. In its efforts to arrest and deport, ICE has, without any judicial, legislative, or public oversight, reached into data sets containing personal information about the vast majority of people living in the U.S., whose records can end up in the hands of immigration enforcement simply because they apply for driver's licenses, drive on the roads, or sign up with their local utilities to get access to heat, water, and electricity. Those abducted, including the Turkish national and PhD student at Tufts University, I don't even know if I want to try to pronounce this name, Rumeysa Ozturk, are accused of amorphous behavior such as engaging in activities in support of Hamas. But this is a subterfuge, accusations no more real than the invented crimes under Stalinism, where people were accused of belonging to the old order. Kulaks, or members of the petite bourgeoisie, or were convicted for plotting to overthrow the regime at Trotsky's. God, I don't know. Agents of capitalism or saboteurs known as wreckers. Once a category of people is targeted, the crimes they are charged with, if they are charged at all, are almost always fabrications. Concentration camp inmates are severed from the outside world. They are disappeared, erased. They are treated as if they never existed. Nearly all efforts to obtain information about them are met with silence. Even their death, should they die in custody, becomes anonymous, as if they were never born. Those who run concentration camps, as Hannah Arendt writes, are people without the curiosity or the mental capacity to form opinions. They don't, she notes, even know anymore what it means to be convinced. They simply obey, conditioned to act as perverted animals. They are intoxicated by the godlike power they have to turn human beings into quivering flocks of sheep. The goal of any concentration camp system is to destroy all individual traits, to mold people into fearful, docile, obedient masses. The first camps are training grounds for prison guards and ICE agents. They master the brutal techniques designed to infantilize inmates, an infantilization that soon warps the wider society. The 250 purported Venezuelan gang members shipped to El Salvador in defiance of a federal court order were denied due process. They were summarily herded onto planes, which ignored the judge's order to turn back, and once they arrived, were stripped, beaten, and had their heads shaved. Shaved heads are a feature of all concentration camps. The excuse is lice, but of course it is about depersonalization and why they are in uniforms and identified by numbers. The autocrat openly revels in the cruelty. I look forward to watching the sick terrorist thugs get 20-year jail sentences for what they are doing to Elon Musk and Tesla, Trump wrote on True Social. Perhaps they could serve them in the prisons of El Salvador, which has become so recently famous for such lovely conditions. Those that built concentration camps are proud of them. They show them off to the press, or at least the sycophants posing as the press. Secretary for Homeland Security Kristi Noem, who posted a video of herself visiting the El Salvadoran prison, used the shirtless and head-shaved inmates as a stage prop for her threats against immigrants. If fascism does one thing well, it is spectacle. First, they come for the immigrants. Then they come for the activists on foreign student visas on college campuses. Yeah, they've already done that. Then they come for the green card holders. They've already done that. Next are the U.S. citizens who fight Israeli genocide or the creeping fascism. They've already done that too. Then they come for you. So yeah, you are literally the next step on this. Because everything else he's mentioned here has already fucking happened. Not because you broke the law, but because the monstrous machine of terror needs a constant supply of victims to sustain itself. Totalitarian regimes survive by eternally battling mortal existential threats. Once one threat is eradicated, they invent another. They mock the rule of law. Judges, until they are purged, may decry this lawlessness, but they have no mechanism to enforce their rulings. The Department of Justice, turned over to the Trump sycophant Pam Bondi, is, as in all autocracies, designed to block enforcement, not facilitate it. There are no legal impediments left to protect us. We know where this is going. We have seen it before, and it is not good. So that's the end of the article. So yeah, basically TLDR, what we're seeing with shipping undocumented immigrants to an El Salvador concentration camp is just the beginning. We are going to get worse and worse and worse, and it could take multiple years, but it's going to happen. Right now, the target is undocumented immigrants. It will likely expand to include people like me who are on the autism spectrum. It will probably expand to include disabled people. So yeah, I mean, we're not just talking, I mean, autism is one of the forefront, I guess, like, what do you call it? Like mental, I don't know if mental disability is the right term, but, you know, things like ADHD, even schizophrenia, yeah, I mean, basically in anything like that, they're probably going to go after people. Yeah, it's going to expand to probably include trans people, LGBT. And yeah, that's why for a couple months now I've been saying, if you live in the United States and you have the means, fucking move to Canada, bro. Like, seriously, just get the fuck out of here. Especially if you're in one of the groups I just mentioned. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I got other stuff, but I don't feel like getting into it right now. So, I'll be back tomorrow. I guess I'll keep playing Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah, I might cover some more stuff. There's let's see. Yeah, there's still there was a video that I saw on YouTube about some pretty heinous things that our beloved political commentator Asmongold has been saying recently. I kind of wanted to look into that some. Also, there's a clip of something that a sheriff from Florida recently said that's like completely unhinged. He was saying it in regards to the protests that occurred today, and thankfully, yeah. So there was a mass protest like all over the country, like like lots of cities participated in. That was basically like anti-Trump protests. And thankfully, there's not been any bad incidents that have come from these protests. Although there were a couple Democrat politicians that got assassinated today. So that's another thing we could get into. We could get into stochastic terrorism, which has been kind of an ongoing thing in this country for a while now. And it's almost exclusively right-wing. It's almost exclusively against Democrats. There's been like one or two exceptions, but yeah. So, but that's not related to the protests that occurred today. So anyway, I guess I'll just say real briefly. Well, never mind. I'll talk about it more when we get into the other stuff. So, all right. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.